Maybe saying Obama hates this country sounds extreme, but why else would he allow illegal immigrants to come here with the lame excuse that they are willing to do the jobs Americans won't do? Why else would he encourage fat acceptance? To him it says tolerance to other poverty-stricken nations, but to me it says he is encouraging Americans to be the stereotype of the fat, lazy American. It's kind of ironic that the British stereotype involves buck teeth, when it should be our American stereotype, because it just means we can chomp down the food even faster. So when I say Obama hates this country, it's because he really does. Two men holding hands, a 400-pound woman in sweatpants and a sweatshirt, a man wearing a dress. He encourages stuff like this not because of tolerance, it's because he wants to make this country look as ridiculous as possible, and it's fucking working. Unlike most of America. I wanted to make the last video longer, but honestly, I can't find any news that's interesting to me. We have a special needs person who was kicked off of a United Airlines flight for being disruptive. With the South Carolina school having a blacks-only field trip, I can confidently and without a doubt, speaking of stereotypes, say if this was a stereotypical black person shouting in a movie theater who was kicked out, well, there would be an investigation, and the usher would no doubt lose their job. Back on track. Not only is this discrimination like it said on Yahoo News, it's also sexism because a special needs person was a girl, by the way, because the girl is special needs, like I said not even 2 seconds ago. I would call this extreme sexism. Like blah blah blah. There isn't going to be an investigation for this. No one is going to lose their job because hypocrisy. Nothing changes with these fucking people. Day after day, it's the same thing. And sometimes I get tired of reporting the same hypocrisy over and over again. And I haven't been making videos for even a year yet. I don't think so anyway. Have you seen the charity fight between Evander Holyfield and Mitt Romney? Mitt was dancing around Holyfield for 2 rounds before he threw in the towel. Apparently, Democrats bet big money on that fight. I could only imagine the liberals tuning into that fight, jizzing, moaning, drooling, hoping for Mitt to take the hit because Democrats do not like Republicans. And that's clearly obvious to anyone who's seen Marco Rubio get grilled about his Latino heritage by a liberal journalist. But more importantly, can you imagine Obama getting into the ring with a tough guy like Evander Holyfield? Probably not. But I could imagine him getting into bed with a gay guy like Larry Sinclair. How many of you saw that one coming? Photographer's mother-daughter photos stir debate. Some say the dress-up sessions for Kelly Lewis and her adopted 10-year-old daughter Alice are a little too mature. But yet they think telling kids about gay parents might also add adopted kids because how are they going to create their own isn't too mature? I'm telling you, it's the same thing over and over and over again. Hypocrisy, or as it's more commonly known on this channel, Libpocrocy. G.O.P. hopefuls call for a tougher stance against terrorists. Republicans accuse President Obama of not taking the threat of the Islamic State seriously. I don't have anything to say that you, 20 or less people who are going to watch this, it's not an accusation unless they have no real evidence and they just think you're doing it. But you, Obama, here I go again. Broken fucking record. You let Islam extremists in the country. They kill Americans. You justify it by comparing it to what Christians did during the crusade, rinse and repeat. No doubt, in my mind, you don't take the threat of the Islamic State seriously. About the gay marriage debate, you hear this phrase a lot, who you love. Then you have some guys saying if gay marriage should be legalized, why not polygamy? What's the difference between polygamy and gay marriage, besides 2 or 3 partners, give or take a few? Woo! How long have you been saving that gem for? It's more like cubic zarconia, but the point is, I'm not lying to you when I say hypocrisy is all the Democrats know. I'm running because the world is falling apart. Senator Lindsey Graham will join a crowded G.O.P. field for the 2016 presidential nomination. Official launch June 1st. I thought I would never say anything bad about Republicans, but here I go. The problem with you people is that you're all so narcissistic. You have Ted Cruz, Ben Carson, Carly, Fiorina, Mike Huckabee, Rand Paul, Marco Rubio, Kerry Bowers. 7. As opposed to the 3 Democrats running. Hilary Clinton, Bernie Sanders, and Morrison Bonpasse. The more candidates you have, the more confused people will be as to who believes what and how passionately they believe it. I know I have said this before, but we need a candidate who will 1. Protect the border. 2. Is pro-Second Amendment. 3. Deport all illegal immigrants. 4. Abolish the IRS and EPA. Run on a record like that, and whoever gets the most votes will step forward, while the other narcissistic candidates will step down and put their support behind said candidate. It's not that fucking hard to figure out. Little Anthony Fremont, played by the incredible talent that is Billy Mummy. His character in the Twilight Zone episode It's a Good Life represents the liberals so well. First he created a 3-headed animal, which then he proceeded to destroy. The 3-headed animal represents the 3 heads of the traditional family which the liberals are destroying. The mother, the father, and the child. Another thing he did was he made it snow because the grandmother was complaining it was hot, so he thought it would help. Just like liberals think bringing over illegals will help stimulate the economy. In the episode, the father tries to point out the snow would destroy the crops, but his character Anthony Fremont has the power to send anyone to the cornfield. In other words, isolate them. Obviously, liberals cannot send you to a cornfield, but when you try to point out the immigrants don't stimulate the economy, they just use the system, they would call you a racist, effectively isolating you as well. So all throughout the show, Anthony kept doing these bad things, and everyone had to say, that's good that you're doing that, or that's good that you did that. That's what the liberals are doing. Don't like gay marriage? You're isolated as an anti-gay, bigoted homophobe. Oh, that's good you're legalizing gay marriage. Don't like transgender? You're isolated as transphobic. Oh, it's good men are getting sex changes to become women and vice versa. Don't like Islamic extremists coming here? You're isolated as an Islamophobe. Oh, it's good the Islamic extremists are coming here and killing Americans. Just like the snow was killing the crops. Do you see how well the Twilight Zone fits in with today's liberals?